Some vitamins can interfere with medications many adults over 60 take. And most people aren't told how or why. If you've ever wondered whether your morning vitamins are working with your prescriptions or quietly working against them, you're not alone. This is one of the most common questions I hear. And honestly, it's one of the most under-discussed topics in senior health. Here's what I want you to know right now. This isn't about fear. It's about understanding. Because when you understand how these interactions actually work, you can make small, simple adjustments that keep you safe without giving up the supplements that support your health. So let's walk through this together. Calmly, clearly, step by step. Let's start with something important. If you're over 60, your body handles vitamins and medications differently than it did at 40. This isn't a flaw. It's simply biology. Here's what changes. First, your liver slows down. The liver is your body's processing center. It breaks down both medications and supplements. After 60, this process takes longer, which means substances stay in your system longer and have more opportunity to interact. Second, your kidneys filter more slowly. Kidneys clear waste from your blood. When they work at a slower pace, vitamins and drug byproducts can build up. This increases the chance that one substance affects another. Third, your stomach produces less acid. This changes how well you absorb certain vitamins and can alter how medications dissolve and enter your bloodstream. None of this means supplements are dangerous. It simply means the margin for interaction is narrower than it used to be. And that's actually good news. Because once you understand this, you can work with it. Here's your first action step. If you take 3 or more daily medications, write down every supplement you use, including the dose and when you take it. This list becomes your starting point for everything we'll cover today. Now that you understand why your body is more sensitive to interactions after 60, let's look at the patterns. Not specific brands, but the types of interactions that show up most often. When vitamins interfere with medications, they usually do it in one of 3 ways. Let's walk through each one. Pattern 1. Absorption interference. Some vitamins and minerals physically block medications from being absorbed in your gut. A common example? Calcium and magnesium. These minerals can bind to certain antibiotics and thyroid medications, forming a compound your body can't use. The medication passes through, but it never actually enters your system. This doesn't mean calcium is bad. It means timing matters. And we'll get to that shortly. Pattern 2. Metabolism competition. Your liver uses specific enzymes to break down substances. Some vitamins speed up these enzymes. Others slow them down. When a vitamin revs up an enzyme, your medication may be cleared too quickly before it has time to work. When a vitamin slows an enzyme down, medication levels can build up higher than intended. Neither is automatically dangerous, but both can change how well your prescription performs. Pattern 3. Effect amplification. Sometimes a vitamin does something similar to your medication. When you combine them, the effect gets stronger than expected. A well-known example involves vitamin E and blood-thinning medications. Both can reduce clotting. Together, the effect may be more than your doctor planned for. Again, This isn't about avoiding vitamin E entirely. It's about being aware and having a conversation. Here's your second action step. Look at your supplement list. Circle anything that falls into these categories: calcium, magnesium, vitamin E, vitamin K, or high-dose fish oil. These are the most common players in interaction patterns. We'll talk about what to do with this list in a moment. So we've covered why interactions happen more after 60 and the 3 main patterns to watch for. But here's something most people miss entirely. When you take your vitamins can matter just as much as what you take. Let me share something that surprises many people. You can take the exact same vitamin and medication and have completely different outcomes, depending on when you take them. Here's why. Your digestive system isn't a blender. It processes things in sequence. When 2 substances arrive at the same time, they compete for absorption. But if you space them apart, each one gets its turn. No competition, no interference. A general guideline that works for most interactions? 2 hours. If you take a medication in the morning, wait at least 2 hours before taking a mineral supplement like calcium or magnesium. This simple gap can prevent most absorption-based interactions. Now, some vitamins work better at certain times of day, regardless of medications. Fat-soluble vitamins, like A, D, E, and K, absorb best when taken with a meal that contains some fat. A little olive oil, avocado, or even eggs can help. B vitamins and vitamin C are water-soluble. They don't need fat, but they can be energizing. So taking them in the morning often makes more sense than at bedtime. Here's a simple framework. Morning with breakfast. B vitamins, vitamin C, and any energizing supplements. Midday or with lunch. Fat-soluble vitamins if you haven't taken them at breakfast. Evening. Magnesium if you use it for sleep support, spaced away from other medications. The goal isn't perfection. It's awareness. Small timing shifts can make a meaningful difference without changing what you take. Now let's get practical. Which supplements are generally low risk? And which ones deserve a closer look with your healthcare provider? I want to be clear about something. Most common vitamins, at standard doses, are safe for most people, even those taking multiple medications. The goal here isn't to make you afraid of your supplement cabinet. It's to help you know which items deserve a quick conversation and which ones you can feel confident about. Generally low risk for most adults over 60. Vitamin D at standard doses, typically up to 2,000 IU daily, is well tolerated and rarely interacts with common medications. Vitamin B12 is another one. It's water-soluble, meaning your body releases what it doesn't need. Interactions are uncommon. Probiotics, for most people, don't interfere with medications. Though if you're on immunosuppressants, it's worth mentioning to your doctor. Worth a conversation with your provider. Vitamin K. If you take blood thinners like warfarin, vitamin K directly affects how that medication works. This doesn't mean you can't eat leafy greens. It means consistency matters, and your doctor should know your intake. Vitamin E at high doses. As we discussed, it can amplify blood-thinning effects. Standard multivitamin amounts are usually fine, But standalone high-dose supplements deserve a conversation. Calcium and magnesium. These are wonderful minerals, but they can interfere with thyroid medications, certain antibiotics, and some blood pressure drugs. Timing adjustments usually solve this, but your pharmacist can confirm. Fish oil at high doses. Omega-3s support heart health, but in large amounts, they may increase bleeding risk if you're already on blood thinners. St. John's wort. This herbal supplement interacts with a wide range of medications, including antidepressants, birth control, and blood thinners. If you use it, definitely mention it. Here's the key insight. The supplements that need attention aren't bad. They're simply more active in your body. And that activity can overlap with what your medications are doing. A 5-minute conversation can give you peace of mind and help you use these supplements safely. Speaking of conversations, let's talk about how to actually have one, because knowing what to say makes all the difference. Many people feel awkward bringing up supplements with their doctor. They worry about being judged or told to stop taking everything. Here's the truth. Good healthcare providers want to know what you're taking. It helps them help you. And pharmacists? They're often the best resource for interaction questions. It's literally their specialty. Here's a simple approach that works. Step 1. Bring your list. Remember that supplement list we created earlier? Bring it to your next appointment. Include the brand name, the dose, and when you take each one. You can also bring the actual bottles if that's easier. The goal is complete information. Step 2. Ask this question. Here's a sentence you can use word for word. I want to make sure my supplements aren't interfering with my medications. Can you take a look at this list and let me know if anything needs to be adjusted? That's it. Simple. Direct. No apology needed. Step 3. Ask about timing. If your provider identifies a potential interaction, ask this follow-up question. Is this something I need to stop? Or can I solve it by changing when I take it? Often, the answer is timing, not elimination. Step 4. Use your pharmacist. Pharmacists can run interaction checks in minutes. Many pharmacies offer this service for free. You don't need an appointment. Just bring your list and ask. Here's something important to remember. You are not bothering anyone by asking these questions. You are being a responsible, engaged participant in your own health. That's something to feel good about. Let's bring this all together. Today we covered 5 key ideas. First, interactions become more common after 60 because your liver, kidneys, and stomach process things differently. This is normal biology, not a reason for fear. Second, most interactions follow predictable patterns. Absorption interference, metabolism competition, or effect amplification. Understanding these patterns helps you stay ahead. Third, timing matters as much as dosage. A 2-hour gap between supplements and medications can prevent most absorption issues. Fourth, some supplements are generally low risk, while others deserve a quick conversation with your provider. Knowing the difference gives you confidence. And fifth, talking to your doctor or pharmacist is simpler than you think. Bring your list. Ask clear questions. And remember, you're not being difficult. You're being smart. Here's what I want you to take away from today. You don't have to choose between your medications and your supplements. With a little awareness and a few simple adjustments, they can work together to support your health. Small changes, meaningful gains. That's what this is all about. This content is for general education and is not medical advice. If you have symptoms or medical conditions, please talk with your clinician. If you found this helpful, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell me, what supplement question has been on your mind? I read every comment, and your question might inspire a future video. If you want more calm, practical health guidance for your 60s and beyond, subscribe to this channel. We release new videos every week, designed to help you feel stronger, clearer, and more confident in your health decisions. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.